Oh yeah, been waiting for this for a while, folks. Ooh, adjust your focus, because here it comes. It's the Mini Buster. So I'm waiting for the Maxi Buster to come out, right? Mini Buster. Mini. Dang it. Why does it have to be mini? Polished bead glasses, CPM 20 CV. 20 CV, huh? Oh yeah, Cynic's design. Yeah, I like that one that he did. There was no screws or anything, and just all fit into place. It was really cool. It'd be nice to have someday, I guess. Let me see if this will cut anything. Okay, so this is the advantage of sending an email, right? Because Justin at White Mountain Knives, I email him, right? And you can too, right through his site, contact us. And I told him, man, I'd really like to get my hands on that Mini Buster, but it's sold out everywhere. And he goes, I do have one that I found in my inventory, but I didn't bother to list it because it was just one. And what do you think I said? Hello, honey. And so, yeah, I got this. Sometimes it's just nice to check. They may have just got some in that day and hadn't posted or whatever. But here she goes right there. Now, yeah, if it was a 4-inch blade and, 9 inches overall, I'd like it way more. But I think most people are going to be very happy with this because it's 8 inches, but overall, and it's like 4 ounces. Let me throw the tape to it, but 3.5-inch blade. And that's good EDC territory, everyday carry. And there you go. Down here, not far off a 3.5 cutting edge. 90 millimeters overall, 8 inches at 20.5 centimeters. It's a nice looking blade, isn't it? 0.15 at basically 4 millimeters, 13 on the blade, 4 millimeters, half an inch at 13 millimeters on the handle. Nice look. Sometimes less is more. And this is less, this is very simple design, isn't it? Very straightforward, not complicated. But those are probably the hardest ones to ever come out with and design, I think, for some people, because they just try too hard. There's your blade stop here. We'll take this apart, take a look inside. But yeah, they're not giving these away either. But then again, it's 20 CV. It's a wee knife. And they're there. They have arrived long ago, and they are, they're great. If it says wee knives on it, I know I'm going to expect a good, solid, well-made knife. And this is no exception. And that just drops, doesn't it? Check it out. Whew. Feels solid too. Look at that. Centered right up. Look at how they put that little groove down the backspacer here. Domed the top of that out. And then here on this side, kind of left it shiny, and except for these areas. It's just really interesting. They cleaned the look up, made it look really good. And this backspacer goes so far. Well, I'm not going to touch that blade, am I? The flipper tab. Yes, okay, yes. It's muted. And there are just so many knives that they get so aggressive with the flipper tab. It doesn't have to be that big, I promise. Light switch, okay? Push button too, but light switch you could do as well. And it does it just fine. Now, that's not very much detent, folks. That is, whew. Oh, I just shook it out. Okay, so if that's a 4, that's all it is on my scale, and most knives are 4.5 to 5.2. Okay, but I'd say this is 3.8, somewhere in there. So that is, yeah, you can snap it open. You can even open it that way. It's one of your opening methods, I guess, just like that. Reverse grip, that's comfortable. Really neutral along here. Here's your front choil. That's fine for my finger, and the rest of them fit on here. Barely, okay? Barely, because it's not a long handle. You got a little cutaway here, so you could go forward, okay? You could go forward, but jimping up here as well. Interesting blade shape. Love the design, of course. This cut through here really picks up the whole theme here. Kind of keeps it from getting too plain. You have Torx entrance, both sides of the pivot. Your pocket clips, a single screw. These are all number 8s, I'll bet you, because that's what they've gone to, and they've stayed with it. And even as the pocket clip, a number, yeah, it's a number 8 as well. So, yes, and supposed to be 4 ounces. Let's throw it on the scales and find out. Kaplunk. Okay, that's a lie. It's 3.99, not 4 ounces. Okay, 113 grams. Now, I wonder if I can, I don't know if I've tried to do this. Yeah, because the detent's so light, I can just middle finger flick from the back of the blade like this if I want to. The drop is great. Feels really smooth, and when you disengage this lock bar, here's your lockup, by the way, 30%. Nice little machining across here. Easy to disengage this lock bar, and it's over. It's over the detent ball. I mean, that, I love it when it's like that, because that just makes that fidget factor so much nicer. Boom, just like that. I mean, there's some knives that they're like this far before they get over that detent ball, and it can be frustrating if you want to fidget with it, which I do, so guilty as charged. Design flow, hello. You know, Cynic's design, yes, it's good. Blade to handle length, well, what do you think? Yeah, we're all there. We're all there. Crazy good, isn't it? Man, that's so cool. Get it up here. Just put some Miracle Grow on it. See what it's like tomorrow. I want it bigger. This would be so nice. Sometimes I just feel cheated because I'm just waiting for something like this to come out, and I wanted it to be close to a 4-inch blade as I could get. Because this would be just so awesome at 9 inches overall. And if that's a 4-inch blade, so be it, you know. It's only 4 ounces the way she sits. But, okay. I mean, you know, this is no fainting flower on its own, so, okay. Yeah, nicely done up here. I mean, you just look at this mini buster, and the way We Knives does everything, just everything's nicely. Of course, this is like bead blast, stonewash, whatever. So yeah, detent, not real strong. If you want a really strong detent knife, and you could have made it stronger because you don't have a cutaway in the blade, you don't have thumb studs, you don't have a fuller down here to finger flick. So this is supposedly your only opening option. And could it have been jimped here because it's so muted? Yes, that could be as well. On the other hand, you can still do it this way. And the detent, that doesn't bother me. And I don't know that it's going to vary that much between knives, because they are very, very good at keeping everything the same from knife to knife to knife of this, you know, that, wow. So how do I take this apart? Let me find out. And let me find out if I'm going to be able to, which side I'm going to take open. Wow, I'm moving both sides. Which side am I supposed to be popping this open from? Let me look back here. I guess. Okay. Wow. Okay. First big criticism. Wow. You need to put a D-shaped pivot on here, man. You can't be spinning both sides. That's unfortunate. I don't know. I mean, knife manufacturers, they'll do it, and then they'll just step away and not do it on a certain model. And I don't know if they're letting the designer take control or what. But they need to step in and say, as a company, we're going to change a couple of your specs. We're going to add a D-shaped pivot because we want users to be able to, to disassemble the knife without going crazy. And so that should be an override that they put on there. I guess I didn't have to take the pocket clip off to do anything there. There's a body screw. There's where they've weight reduced it, even into that lock bar area. And look at the detamp ball. It's a big dog, and it's not ceramic. Interesting. There's your steel washer. And check this out. Multi-row ceramic bearings. Well, no wonder the action's wonderful. And you know what? These wide, because the multi-row needs a wider bearing ring, it goes out and contacts more of the surface of the blade, which is a good thing. There's just a lot more stability between the washers and the bearings on one side and the blade and the bearings on the other. I mean, if you have a real narrow little bearing ring, I mean, you're not broadened out and giving it the kind of base support that you are with these wide. So this is good. This is good. I like this. Let's pull this side off. And yeah. Wow. I mean that's kind of too bad. And of course, I can see that they put some thread locker in there to make it even more difficult for you to overcome while the pivot spins. It just makes no sense. Because if you look at like the Civivi Vexor and other models that we makes, I mean, this has a notch under here that clicks down onto a notch on the G10 and holds this in place so it won't turn. Now, there's no Torx entry here either, okay? But, I mean, no, I mean, here, thank God, because otherwise I'd have been screwed. Yeah, I just don't like them to get too aggressive with the thread locker when they manufacture the knife in their thought pattern of the fact that these fools are never going to take this apart. Au contraire, you get a knife that's $280. At some point in time, you may take it apart and service it, and you don't want to be, okay, I'm going to shut the hell up. But I'm just saying, okay? Now, there's your backspacer. It's nice. I mean, they've done a good job on this knife. I like their quality. There's no doubt about that. Here you go. Roll it around, and then you got these little places here where this backspacer locates into, clicks into. It's nice. That's good. It's good. Nice little lanyard area. It's very kind of muted and everything. And then these, hey, they're captured ceramic bearings. Thank God for small favors. Okay, reassembly. I mean, we got a round pivot. Doesn't matter. There's no logo to center or anything. Thank God. Or that would be another complaint if you're going to have a pivot that spins. But then nice big old hoss for bearings. And give me that. Get out of here. Give me my KPL. And let's, 2 quarts or 3 quarts on there? Okay. And see if we can slow the blade down. With all that fluid. Okay, next. And throw this in here too. Make a sloppy mess. And so it shouldn't be too tough. I mean, there's really not much to this knife, is there? Hardware-wise. But that's a robust stop, is it not? Okay. Yeah, that's robust. And then, you know, the bearing ring, love that. Love the way they decided to do that. And slap it together. And let's start with the pivot. Oh boys, oh boys, oh boys. You know, it was no fun to open up. Okay. I'm holding it from the back, so far, so good. And you know what? I didn't have to do more than that either. It's kind of weird that they didn't put a pivot surround here. They could have, couldn't they have? Okay. But I mean, it kind of almost looks like it's missing one, in a way. But it's part of the design, so I'm not going to go any further than that. I mean, that's a design choice they have. It's just kind of a curious thought. And yeah, I mean, their hardware is great. It's solid and it makes good contact with my Torx, so that's good. And we're centered right back up. Let's see if we got any. Oh, there ain't no play. Okay, so I held it enough on the other side to get it. And you know what? Yeah, that's nice. It feels very fluid because I got about 1.5 quarts of KPL in there. Very fluid. But you know, it's also the multi-row bearings. So, yeah. Damn you. It's so hard not, I mean, it's like, if it's not going to be 9 inches, I don't want it. And then it's like, yeah, I still want it. I still want it. Yeah, and before I was talking about detent. See, you can push that out. I mean, you can push that out. So, no, it's not that strong a detent. They could have increased it another 0.5 click and then maybe put a couple of jimps on the front of this flipper tab and then put a D-shaped pivot in there and then make it 9.5 inches long, and then it'd be perfect for LTK, you know, whatever the hell. So I don't think too many of you guys are going to be grumbling and groaning about this knife, though. I don't think so. I think there's a lot of love out there for the Mini Buster. You can't even, I mean, they can't keep them in stock, even at 280 smackers. And how do you get 28 bucks off of that? LTK is your discount code on White Mountain Knives whenever they get back in stock and stay in stock. But been waiting for this for a long time, folks. I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you so much. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.